Update: I destroyed my fiancé's dead ex-wife's photos and antique horse collection, and my fiancé doesn't know. Original post. So I have been keeping this for a couple of months. I, 26 female, have been with my fiancé Alex, 27 male, for 2 years, but I've known him when I was a freshman in high school and he was sophomore. He was with his deceased ex-wife Lorraine when they were in middle school. I always kinda had feelings for Alex, even when I was in a relationship with my ex-boyfriend from high school. We broke up, of course. But Alex has 2 kids, Basil, 8 male, and Birdie, 3 female. I love those kids as my own, and see them as my own. He was married to his deceased ex-wife Lorraine when she was 18 and he was 19, and had their son after they got married. Sadly, Lorraine passed away from childbirth with their daughter Birdie. I comforted him when he was grieving. After a year of her passing, we got into a relationship. He's the best partner I can ever ask for, and we are getting married in summer of July. Birdie sees me as her mother, and Basil sees me more as an aunt than a mom. I was always Auntie Coco, but my name is Celia. Basil does have a picture of Alex, him and Lorraine, when she was 5 months pregnant with Birdie, and he does not have a picture of us together as a family. He still misses his mom. I was kinda a little jealous of Lorraine, especially during high school. Sometimes I wish I was their birth mother. I wished I had his kids first, because Alex doesn't want any more kids biologically, and told me he only wanted Lorraine to have his kids. He had a vasectomy, and told me he'd rather just adopt, or I use a sperm donor, which makes me upset. I felt so insecure about all of it, thinking Lorraine is in the way. All of Alex's friends knew Lorraine in and out, since they all knew each other in middle school and had the same old friend group growing up all together. Especially Alex's best friend Jordan. He adored Lorraine. So did his wife Ruth, who is Lorraine's best friend. I know them, but I am not close to them. They all talk about Lorraine from time to time, about the things they used to do. They are the godparents of Basil and Birdie, so they're around a lot. I, however, didn't know Lorraine that much. She was nice to me, but it felt fake, so I wasn't really a big fan of her, but respected her enough. I feel kinda like I was intruding in Alex's beautiful family. I remember going through the attic and finding some of Lorraine's and Alex's belongings, with photos from middle school to before her passing. Also with Alex's old gifts that Lorraine have given him, to Lorraine's gifts from Alex have given her. A lot of horses, as Lorraine grew up on a horse ranch and loved horses. Alex was keeping this for his kids to give when they were older, to treasure their mother's stuff. I also found another box filled with Lorraine's collection of old vintage and antique stuff of horses, and gifts from her friends, Alex's friends and Alex's family. I got jealous, as Alex was planning on giving this stuff of Lorraine's horse collection and gifts to Birdie. Alex has already given Birdie Lorraine's old stuffed zebra when she was a young child, and given Basil an old knife that belonged to Lorraine's grandfather. All I know is I wanted everything gone. So when Alex took Basil and Birdie to Lorraine's parents' house for a few days, I stayed back because of work. I knew this was an opportunity to get rid of Lorraine's stuff and photos. So I took the knife and the stuffed zebra, all the photos of Lorraine in it and her antique horse collection. Burned all the photos. Threw her antique collection away and destroyed some. Cut open all the stuffed toys of Lorraine's and letters she wrote. Destroyed every single thing of hers. I felt satisfied, knowing she won't be a bother and nothing to be jealous of anymore. I felt happy and not remorseful. When Alex and the kids came back, I pretended as if nothing happened and was just normal. But it only took a few days until they noticed. Especially Basil when he couldn't find his photo of him and his mother or the knife. He fussed about them disappearing, which got Alex searching for the zebra, but couldn't find them. We did move to a new house few months after. Alex searched through the attic to pack stuff and noticed that only Lorraine's stuffs were gone. Her collection, childhood stuff, their pictures together, letters, gifts, just everything. He searched frantically for it. He did question me as he knew about my insecurities and jealousy of Lorraine. But I told him that I would never do anything like that, and he believed me. Even to this day, he still doesn't know. Basil is, however, heartbroken, which got me feeling a bit sad. Lorraine's parents and friends are very sad about it as well after Alex told them. Even his family is sad about it, because they loved Lorraine like a daughter. I wish they loved me like one, but I know I can't ever compare to her. Alex's friends are also so sad about what happened. Everyone is sad, but they don't know a thing. Birdie is sad about the zebra, but that thing was old and gross, so I got her a new one. She doesn't love it like her old one, but she sleeps with it once in a while. I don't think I can ever tell Alex or anyone this, but feels good to get it off my chest. The only people I really told were my two best friends, Mandy and Holly. Mandy knows Alex in high school, but they really weren't that close, though still hung out. And Holly didn't really like Alex that much. She only knows him because she dated his friend Maxwell in high school to college on and off, until Maxwell got married with now a kid on the way. Although Mandy and Holly have told me what I did wasn't right, they won't tell anyone. So I feel safe knowing they won't tell Alex or any one of his friends and family. This is gross. She is dead. You are trying to compete with a dead woman. There was nothing to be jealous of. She is dead. She can't impact your life. She cannot make him leave you. Anything you thought was in the way was your own insecurities. You got rid of important items because you were too insecure to realize that there was no way for this deceased woman to come back and ruin your marriage. I suspect that if the kids end up not loving her the way she expects, she'll also find a way to punish them. In fact, I'm scared for the kids, because she seems unhinged, if calm, as if it's all a matter of fact, and there's little remorse for what she's done. What you did was incredibly cruel. You need to tell him now, and let him decide where he wants to go from there. That was not yours to destroy. Do you know that that was a horrible, horrible thing to do? Your fiancé does not know who you really are. He only sees the images you give and the lies. You aren't the honest, trustworthy, or supportive partner he thinks you are. If you do not tell the truth now, it will be the worst choice you make. And that is a lot, seeing some of the choices you already made. This is quite possibly the worst thing I've ever read on here. Get help and come clean. My best friend Mandy says I should tell him. She had a stepmother who hated her, and she doesn't want me to go down that road. But I'm too nervous. Your friend is very right, and you really do need to tell Alex what really happened. Alex, the kids, family, and friends will always miss and talk about her. All of the things you posted about that bother you will not stop because you got rid of her belongings. The older the kids get, the more they'll want to know about their mom. She will be seen every day in the kids' features, mannerisms, and personalities that remind Alex of her. So your fix to feel better solved nothing for you. Tell Alex the truth and get therapy. Now for the update. Well, to update you people calling me names and how my fiancé does deserve better. You guys are right. The guilt hit me so hard seeing my kids all sad and devastated. Basil was so distraught about his grandfather's knife and his picture with his mom. He sometimes will break down crying because he always tell his dad and I, my mom is the prettiest lady, or mom was the kindest lady. Bertie was still sad because she thought she lost or misplaced Zipper, her mother's childhood stuffed zebra. She sometimes couldn't sleep without Zipper. She would still come to sleep on me, as she sees me as her mom. Alex was upset thinking he left all of his memories of him and Lorraine behind, and could never get them back. He said Bertie would never know much about her mother Lorraine, or have any pictures of her mother, or give her collection of antique horses. They will never know the letters she wrote for Bertie and Basil, and for Basil to never receive any of his mother's old gifts. Basil really loved his mom, and he did resent me sometimes, saying I'm not his mother or I will never replace her. He does say he loves me, of course, just not as a mom. I tried to be a mom for him, but that made him really resent me. I just feel really awful now, but I still didn't tell them for a while. However, my best friend Mandy was the one that wanted me to tell Alex for the sake of him and the kids. She grew up with a stepmother who was resentful of her, and she didn't want me to go down that path. She said that it's up to Alex on what he wants to do with our relationship, and that I really messed up and dug myself a really dark, deep hole. She says if I love Alex and the kids as I say I do, then I need to tell him, or she would. I never told him because I was too scared. So after weeks of stalling, Mandy came over one day when I was visiting my parents and little sister and told Alex the whole thing. What I did and everything I destroyed. How I talked so badly about Lorraine. When I came home, Mandy was there, and I looked over to Alex, who was fuming with so much anger. I never seen him like this before. We never had an argument before over the course of our relationship and friendship. This was the first. He screamed, yelled at me, "How dare you do that to the love of my life and the mother of my children?" I knew right then that he wasn't over her. I thought he loved me. I asked him if he ever did love me, and he said, "I did, and I wanted to marry you. Until you ruined mine and my kid's life forever. Now, I don't anymore. We will never get those stuff back." I started crying so hard and asked Mandy why, over and over. She didn't say anything. Alex was going off on me and broke up with me and told me to never get near me or his kids ever again. I told him, "What about Birdie? She calls me mama." And he said, "You were never her mother, just a sick person who wanted to seem like Lorraine never existed," and told me to get the hell out of his and his kid's life. After that I left and went to stay at my best friend Holly's place. Then I learned few days after that Alex told everyone, his friends, his family, his best friend Jordan, Lorraine's family and friends, and her best friend Ruth. I was getting messages left and right from all of them, telling me awful things, calling me names. Ruth texted me, calling me a soulless crone who took her best friend's memories and life from her kids. That one really stung and got me to break down. Mandy even told me she will never look at me the same and question our friendship and hasn't contacted me since. A lot of our other friends dropped me, but a few are still with me. So now here I am at my best friend's place until I get back on my feet, with an ex-fiancé who wants to put a restraining order on me, saying I am harassing his family and already caused enough life-damaging pain for his kids. His son Basil hates me because Alex told him. Birdie is now wondering where I am, probably, I don't know. His family hates me. I used to get along with his two older brothers and his parents. All his friends hate me, and most of my friends do too. I lost my fiancé and my kids over my stupid jealousy. Wow. This woman really doesn't understand the magnitude of what she did. She actually destroyed letters written from the mother to her children? There's something dead inside her. And she didn't even seem like she was all that sorry about it. She talked about being satisfied after it was all gone. How in the world do you not immediately know you really screwed up? I knew he wasn't over her and thought he loved me. That tells you the entire story right there. She was completely blinded by jealousy for a dead woman. If she couldn't have him and occupy 100% of his mind share and that of his kids, then she wanted to literally burn their world in spite. People like her deserve absolutely zero sympathy. I'm sickened to my core. From how she wrote the first post, I got a vibe that she's more obsessed with Alex than in love. Her actions and words just feel off to me, even though I know jealousy can make people do awful things. Okay, of all the nut bars we see here, I think this is the biggest monster of them all. How can you claim to love these children and then do that to them? It's utterly horrific and soulless behavior. This makes all the tater tots look like amateurs in comparison. Yeah, OP is easily one of the most self-absorbed people I've seen post on Reddit, which sure is saying a lot. She also seems unhinged though, which is far more worrisome. I desperately hope she leaves that poor family alone. They've suffered enough already. I would have immediately dumped this person as a friend too. How vile. I imagine the ones not dumping her have heard a somewhat sanitized version of the story. Boyfriend said he wanted a break in our relationship to focus on his career. I broke up with him. 18 months of dating, 4 months being long distance, and he decided it was too much for him. So he told me he needed a break from us. He moved away to attend the police academy and has been struggling juggling his academy, family/friends, and me. It started affecting his schoolwork and recently found out he failed an exam and was told he would be kicked out if he failed again. I was trying to be supportive, but at the same time give him his space to figure things out. Then this morning, he texted me saying he needs a break from me so he can focus on his academy. Definitely not the text I was expecting from him. He then asked me if I still want to continue things once he's done, which would roughly be in 2.5 months. He seems completely unfazed and unbothered that we might not even be together. This realization hit me so hard that he doesn't even want to try to come up with a solution, to come up with a compromise where we would both be happy. I have tried to be so understanding of his situation, and I sacrificed so much. I gave him his space and time to focus on his academy. What does he need a break for? So this was my response. I don't think I want to be with someone who thinks that taking a break during hard and challenging times in a relationship is the solution to your problems. As a couple, when hard times occur, you're supposed to talk it out and go through it together, not put the relationship on hold and then come back when things are better. Life doesn't work that way. And you made this decision without trying to talk to me about it. I would have been supportive, I would have been understanding, like I have been this whole time. But you obviously didn't see that. Goodbye. What you've done is an extremely emotionally healthy thing for yourself. You're building up resilience and integrity, and that's only ever a good thing. Nice one. All the best. He wanted a break from his significant other, but did he take a break from his friends? If it's such a hard time for him, he'd rather lose his companion that's been ride or die for him and supposed to be his comfort and biggest support than take time from friends. Good for you. You're exactly right that life doesn't let you push the pause button on relationships just because you're going through something. Honestly, during this period, his priorities should be the academy, family, and you. Friends can take a break while he focuses. I wonder how much time and energy he was putting into those things instead of studying, etc. He might have performed better on the test if he had studied more instead of spending so much time with his lads. I'm actually going through a very similar situation myself right now. Boyfriend just got a new job, and since then he's been super stressed out and depressed, and as a result, wanted to break up just for a few months while he sorted his mental health out. I moved out and got a new place, then he called me 2 weeks later saying he's made a mistake. We got back together, but honestly, things aren't the same anymore. Like you said, you don't just end a relationship because things are hard. Sounds like you need to do the same thing. Move out, get the new place, and not take him back, because it won't be the same before, and then this can happen again. That's not a way to live. Wondering when the next hurdle will lead to a breakup rather than working it out. This will keep happening and isn't fair for you. If being in the academy is stressing him so much he can't juggle a relationship, what does he think being on the force is going to be like? Good for you.